Hello, friends, and welcome to another rando on the internet trying to be somebody who's probably just a nobody, screaming into the void of the internet, trying to make an appreciable difference. I'm not going to say that every time because it's long and wordy, and though it's kind of funny, I'm sure it could get tiresome after a little bit. If you're here, thank you. You're probably from another channel or maybe just dropping into some other rando. I don't know who's going to see this, and maybe this will have some effect. I hope so. For the better, obviously. At the end of the day, I would like to see everyone, including you, have a better life, have a better education, opportunity, joy, all those things. And that's what's important. So with that being said, we're probably going to disagree on some stuff, and that's fine. That's part of life. We're not going to get along with everybody 100% of the time. That's just nonsense. It's impossible. So right now it's July 1st, and we'll call them what passes for leadership in this nation, who in some cases what I would consider have the audacity to call themselves representatives. I mean, maybe they represent some people, but they don't really represent you or me. They represent a party which represents interests, and those interests tie back to money, influence, power, blah, blah. Okay. We all get that. But in all the experiences that I've had in this life so far, everything comes back down to leadership. And leadership has having a vision of the future and where you're going, right? The mission depends on who you listen to and who talks about this stuff. But right now I'm asking you to think about, what is the actual vision? What is the mission? And some people say it's make X great again. Other people said it was make build back something. But okay, those are slogans. That's not a vision. What is the actual goal? Is the goal really to kick, 16 million countrymen off of healthcare? And sorry, I know I'm not trying to disclude anyone, just phrase that slips out, right? Your brethren, how about that? Your fellow country brethren. Does it really make sense to cut that many people off? That doesn't seem right. You would think that you would want a strong, healthy, educated populace to fulfill the roles and jobs and goals and dreams of your nation ideology, right? So you would want to lift up as many people as you could, because you don't know who's going to be the next master engineer or nurse or mechanic or doctor or electrician or any of that stuff. You have no idea. Or the next great artist. Or there's so many incredible possibilities, and we're just throwing that away. Why? For what? And that's the thing that blows my mind, is either A, there's just like madness, or there's some sort of nefarious mustache twisting vision that we're just not being told. And either of those is just kind of lame. And I don't want to get too deep into the tinfoil hat world, but because I don't think we need to. Forget all the theories for a moment. Let's just think about this for a second. You've all had a good boss, you've all had bad bosses, you've all worked at a good place, you've worked at a bad place. Think about what made those bosses or those places that you worked at great. What made you want to go to work that day? Was it really the work? Was it really the job? Or was it the people? Was it the feeling that you got when you accomplished something? When you fixed somebody's car, or finished building a house, or saved somebody's life, or any of these other amazing things that we could be doing. And so in order to accomplish those goals, you need people who are skilled, who are educated, who are able to problem solve and execute. You don't get that in a population that is scared out of its mind and is fighting each other over nonsense. That's not healthy. It's not even good business. So that's what really starts to weird me out about this whole thing. We can get deeper into the weeds on that. Let me just ask you one last thing, and I'll let you go for right now, is going back to leadership. When your boss has to hide or disguise or dissemble or deceive, did that ever lead you somewhere good? I don't think those chances are very high. Sure, maybe once in a while someone's trying to protect you and not tell you something. But when your boss or your city council or representatives or leaders are making decisions on a weekend at 2 o'clock in the morning, away from your prying eyes, I don't think that bodes well. Let me tell you one more other thing, then I'll let you go for reals. If you have to work that hard to convince somebody about your plan, I don't think your plan is that good. I think your plan kind of sucks or has holes in it that you don't want to address or you're afraid, and that's just not good leadership. You should be able to walk out and say, here is my vision. Here is the vision. Here is a plan. I would like us to get to here. Let's get here, wherever that is. And I don't hear or see any of that. We should be heading towards a place where we have no kid goes hungry. Everyone's got a good shot at an education opportunity. Is that going to happen? No, this isn't utopia. Utopia is probably impossible, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not worth putting in effort for, right? Do you want little kids going hungry? I don't. That's nonsense. Not in this nation. Not in any nation. We could solve that with the snap of our fingers if we really wanted it. But it's tough because we're human and we have flaws and we have old wiring, and more on that later. So just think about what makes a good leader to you. What makes a good place to work for you? Things to think about. Cheers.